What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam. Now today, bro, we got the origins of these images explained in 8 minutes by the Finest Explainer. Shout out Finest Explainer if you guys want more content like this. Now, this has actually caught my eye, chat, because in one of the mythical creatures videos we watched, we actually used this image in the thumbnail. What was that representing, chat? Do you guys remember which mythical creature that was supposed to be? But this caught my eye, and also the cursed Teletubbies. So we're gonna see the origins behind these images, all right? So without further ado, Mr. Grab your popcorn, let's see.
Russian sleep experiment.
In
2010, a story was published on Creepypasta Wiki about a secret Soviet experiment where 5 prisoners were kept awake for 30 days using an experimental gas. As time passed, the subjects were said to lose their sanity and transform into something no longer human.
Yeah, I would imagine, bro. I don't care what the hell kind of gas comes in that bed. If you stay away for 5 days straight, you will go insane. I mean, I already feel insane when I pull one all-nighter, bro. I can't even do those no more for real. Like, I could probably stay up till, I don't know. I could stay up real late if I really push myself, but it's not the same as when you're a kid, bro. Sometimes you pull like 2 all-nighters in a row, bro. Hell nah, not in, now that I'm 575 years old, can't do that.
Said to lose their sanity and transform into something no longer human. The story gained popularity online, and a disturbing black and white image was often shared alongside it as supposed evidence. The figure in the image appeared emaciated, with hollow eyes and an unnatural expression, reinforcing the idea that the experiment was real. Over time, the image became closely tied to the story, and many people began to believe it showed one of the test subjects. However, the figure is not a real person. It is a Halloween prop called Spasm.
Bruh. It looked like it got spasms. Like, what the hell, boy? I mean, I was leaning towards it was just gonna be more of a fake thing, or somebody made up that image. Like, yeah, it didn't look too human-like, especially with the freaking face blurred out. I mean, maybe it just can't show that because YouTube's being sensitive, but I wonder if it was like that in the original image, like with the face blurred out.
Spasm, created in 2005 by a company known as Morbid Enterprises. The original prop is an animatronic figure designed to shake and produce sound as part of a horror display.
Well, that was pretty much debunked right away. There was no really backstory behind that. That was creepy. It was just more like, hey, it was a fake little animatronic that was scaring everybody. You know, that's why you don't believe everything you see on the internet, man.
In 2010, an image was captured by a trail camera at night, showing a pale, human-like figure with glowing eyes crouched in the darkness. The image was often linked to a creature known as the Rake. According to the story,
what did I like when I read to the mythical creature? Was it called the Rake too, chat? I feel like it was called something else, bro. I don't know. Maybe it was the Rake. I can't remember.
According to the story, it was a thin humanoid entity that watched people while they slept.
Oh, hell
Some versions of the legend claimed sightings dating back to the 1600s, though none of these claims were ever verified. The character originated in 2005 on 4chan, where users created it through collaborative posts. There was no single source, and the story gradually developed into a well-known part of internet horror culture. Years later, the image became associated with that character. Its low-quality and night vision look made it resemble real wildlife camera footage, leading many people to interpret it as a possible real capture. However, the image is not a real sighting. It was digitally created as part of a fictional project, often linked to a viral campaign or an alternate reality game related to the film Super 8, produced by J.J. Abrams, although this was never officially confirmed. Some analyses suggest a different origin, as the figure closely resembles the Grim Enemy from the video game Resistance 3. It was presented as if it had been recorded in a forest near Barrack, Louisiana, with visual details designed to mimic real footage.
Now, what I'll say for this one is that they did a damn good job at the realistic view of it, plus like the kind of distorted point of view where it looks like, you know, somebody who was fucking got scared, so they took a picture real quick, like that little blur view. Like, it doesn't look like a fucking completely AI generated or just edited photo in general, but obviously it was, bro. So this is completely fake, and people just came up with different things to tie it to, whether it was that one monster or something resembling a thing from a movie. And yeah, chat, so this was fake, obviously.
Stairs in the Woods.
Stairs in the Woods.
In 2015, a fictional post appeared on Reddit, written from the perspective of a search and rescue worker. The story described a staircase found deep in a forest.
See, one thing I want to say though that is like kind of showing throughout this video, I feel like a lot of things are going to be conspiracy theories and stuff, right? And mostly from Reddit or these 4chan things, whatever people go on to kind of try to come up with solutions or identifications for certain things, right? It's like it could go 2 ways with these Reddit posts or whatever. It could go one way where it's super good and actually solves cases that wouldn't be solved otherwise, or it just kind of sends people into this crazy lunatic, you know, know, conspiracies that absolutely make no sense and actually just lead you down the wrong path in general, bro. So it's crazy how it can have both of those dynamics.
In a forest, presented as something unusual and potentially dangerous. Over time, users began to associate this image with the story. As the post gained attention, the photo became widely recognized online.
That's
Many
creepy
people
as shit.
believed the stairs had no clear purpose or origin, especially since they seemed out of place. However, the actual origin of the structure is much simpler. The stairs were part of an art installation titled Observatory, created in 1988 by British sculptor Bruce Allen. It was built in the Forest of Dean in Gloucestershire, England, as part of a sculpture trail. The purpose of the structure was to serve as an observation point. Visitors could climb the stairs to view the forest canopy and the sky from a different angle. Over time, the structure deteriorated and was eventually removed due to safety concerns. Today, it no longer exists, which has contributed to the confusion surrounding the image.
Damn, okay. Well, that's actually pretty cool, though. I kind of like that. Just giving it a different observation point so you can see different angles of the sky and stuff and all the nature and everything. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's completely out of place. Like, if you just saw that in the middle of the woods, you would get freaked out. Like, what the fuck this doing here? These random ass stairs, bro. There's only trees and bugs and animals around me, and then I see a random staircase, bro. Is this my gateway to heaven or something?
Surrounding like, the image. Cursed Teletubbies.
Cursed Teletubbies.
In the late 1990s, a photo was taken showing a child sitting on a bed, surrounded by people dressed as Teletubbies characters.
Oh, hell no.
At first glance, it looks...
Yo, watch this be like not even a creepy thing, but just, you know, it was for his birthday or something. Wait, hold on. Because he looks kind of happy, like, he don't look scared or nothing, but these motherfuckers look creepy as hell. Man, he just wanted Teletubbies to just be at his birthday, but it just ended up being like a freaking conspiracy theory now.
Surrounded by people dressed as Teletubbies characters. At first glance, it looks like a normal visit, but the costumes look unsettling and very
those
different
costumes
from how
don't look
they're
normal.
supposed to appear. The photo later began circulating online, appearing on platforms like Reddit and 4chan without a clear source. The strongest lead about its origin comes from a Reddit user known as JF1984, who claimed to have seen the image displayed in a children's ward at a hospital in England. According to the post, it was placed on a wall under a section titled Celebrities Who Visited Us, suggesting it was part of a routine visit rather than anything unusual.
Yeah, see, that's what I was kind of assuming, bro.
Details in the image support this claim. A poster of Dutch footballer Dennis Bergkamp can be seen behind the child.
Okay.
The poster points to a European setting and suggests the photo was taken in the late 1990s.
Good observation right there.
Visits from costumed characters were commonly organized in hospitals and charity events to entertain children, which makes the situation itself seem ordinary. There is no official record identifying the hospital or the child in the photo, likely due to standard privacy practices, especially in medical settings involving children.
Yeah, I would hope that, you know, a patient's privacy information doesn't get access just because it became a fucking conspiracy theory or meme or something. You know, so that's actually good that never leaked or anything, especially for the kid, you know, because there's fucking too many weirdos online.
The image was simply a casual record of a visit, with no reason to preserve detailed information. Because of this, the photo exists without clear documentation and has been reinterpreted over time. It is now often associated with liminal space and dreamcore aesthetics, images that feel familiar but slightly off.
I mean, that's the thing. Okay, basically my conclusion of this picture was taken. Look, it clearly looks like a hospital bed. You know, you see the little railings right there. I think he has something on his wrist. You know how patients get those tapies on his wrist? And like you said, the little details from where it is specifically. The only problem I have with this fucking picture is their costumes themselves. Like, why they got demon-eyed black eyes, bro? Maybe it's edited like that, but I don't know. This creepy as hell, bro. But yeah, it just looks like they're visiting him. I mean, they got their hands, you know, on them like they're taking a picture. They're obviously posing. So it looks like, you know, this is probably something the kid asked for in the first place. So yeah.
Exist without clear documentation.
But I can see why people look at this like, oh my gosh, that looks so creepy.
Backrooms. In 2019, an image appeared online showing an empty office space with yellow walls and fluorescent lighting.
So this was a real picture, bro? I mean, obviously there can be places that look like this, but is this picture like the start of all type of backroom shit? Because now there's a whole bunch of games, whole bunch of theory hall videos and shit. There's actually a fucking movie now. Is there a movie coming out? I could have sworn I saw a trailer for that a little bit ago. But yeah, is this where it all started from? Is this the originator?
First glance, it looked ordinary, but the layout felt endless, and the atmosphere was strangely familiar. The image was shared on 4chan in a thread about photos that feel unsettling without a clear reason, where it quickly stood out, with many people describing the space as something they had seen before, but couldn't quite place. Soon after, a story formed around it. The idea
I feel like we all seen some type of back room type of place in our dreams, like having a nightmare or something, bro.
was that if someone accidentally no-clips out of reality, they would end up in a place like this, an endless maze of identical rooms with buzzing lights and the smell of damp carpet. As this idea spread, it became one of the most recognizable examples of modern internet folklore. The image inspired thousands of stories, short films, and video games.
You see what I say? Like literally so many things.
The image was unclear, but in May 2024, online researchers confirmed where it came from. It was taken in 2002 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, in a large, empty storage and office area inside a building used by a Hobbytown store at the time. Its connection to Hobbytown comes from the fact that the image was originally shared on the store's website as part of a renovation blog. The space itself no longer exists, but the image remains one of the most well-known examples of a liminal space.
Yo, that actually reminds me, Chad. I've seen something about liminal space. I think I have it saved in my reactions too, where it's like they have different choices on which door you choose, and then, you know, whatever happens according to which door. Do you guys want me to react to that, bro? I feel like that'd be pretty fun to do, man. But yeah, this is crazy. Like this one picture started the whole Backrooms trend, and now it just never stopped. That was one of the biggest concepts in like the horror / thriller type of thing, and I'm actually really excited to see the Backrooms movie, chat. Have you guys seen that trailer?
Cursed Minnie Mouse.
Oh hell no.
In the late 2010s, an unsettling image started spreading across the internet. It showed a dark, damaged basement with stained walls and a worn, neglected appearance. In the corner, a figure wearing a Minnie Mouse costume was partially hidden, peeking toward the camera. The image first appeared around 2017 on platforms like Reddit and Twitter.
Okay, but like, okay, this image has to be real, right? This looks too real. I mean, they could be editing, but it looks really real, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, either they were shooting some type of weird ass video, life of luxury ass video, or, you know, they're just absolutely insane and somebody caught them in their natural habitat. Like, what is this, bro? What are you even wearing?
It appeared around 2017 on platforms like Reddit and Twitter. It spread quickly, often shared without any explanation.
What the hell?
There was no confirmed source, no clear location, and no information about who created it. As it spread, it became associated with what users call cursed images. The contrast between a familiar character and the setting made it stand out. What made it so effective was how it was presented. It was shared without context, as if it had been randomly discovered, leading people to come up with their own interpretations and stories.
Right.
Over time, more information...
I feel like those type of photos go the most viral, bro. The one that I just posted with just absolutely no context, no caption, and it leaves all the viewers to, you know, have it for their own interpretation, which makes it almost even more eerie than if it did have some type of caption. Because having caption, having like a direct representation of what's going on could take away the mystique factor of it just being posted, and it just everybody's got to come up with their own conclusions, you know?
Leading people to come up with their own interpretations and stories. Over time, more information began to surface. A YouTuber who was investigating the origin of the image was later contacted by people claiming to be behind it. According to them, the costume had been made for a Halloween party by modifying a Minnie Mouse doll into something wearable. They also said the photo was taken in a basement in a house in Massachusetts. The setting, combined with the altered costume and low image quality, made the scene feel even more unsettling. Despite its simple origin, the lack of context allowed it to become something much more disturbing over time.
Yeah. Well, as you know, somebody literally admitted that it was them, and it was just basically a Halloween thing. Maybe there was a Halloween photo shoot that they were having, trying to make their costume and the aesthetic of the Halloween time look as creepy as possible. So, I mean, they pulled it off though.
Pigeon people on Google Maps.
Pigeon people.
In 2013, a strange image began circulating online. It showed a quiet walkway with several people standing on both sides of the path, all wearing identical pigeon masks and facing directly toward the camera. The image was captured by a pass.
Oh my gosh, that's super creepy. Imagine you just looking around Google Maps randomly. I don't know why you would, but then you see this like
Google Street View car, which records locations automatically as it moves. Because of this, the photo appeared online without any explanation or context, leaving viewers to interpret the scene on their own. As it spread across forums and social media, it quickly attracted attention. The figures were completely still, evenly spaced, and seemed aware of the camera. Many people wondered whether the scene was random or deliberately staged. The location was later identified as a path along the Tamagawa-Josui Canal in Musashino, near Tokyo. The people in the image were actually part of a planned setup organized by the editors of a Japanese web platform called Daily Portal Z. After learning that the Street View car would pass through.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was gonna come to a conclusion of, is that they had to have known the scheduling of when the Google car was gonna come by somehow, and then they just all like wanted to just, you know, basically prank the world, I guess, by just having them all stand there creepily and make people like wonder what the hell just went on right here.
Car would pass through the area. They decided to create a scene that would stand out once it was captured. They positioned themselves along the path, wore pigeon masks, and remained still as the camera passed. One detail that made the image even more unusual was the face blurring effect. Google's system detected the masks as faces and applied a blur to them, which added an unnatural appearance to the scene.
Damn, that made it look kind of more creepy too. But you could kind of see like the little beats pointing through. But even just with the blurred face, this looks weird. Like all they're just lined up, just looking at the camera. Yeah, that's just perfect. But hey, that was all right, man. So we've seen all the origins of these images, and most of the time it's not that crazy, and it's more simple than you might think when you just first look at an image, which is like all things, most things, you know. But yeah, chat, let me know what else you guys want to react to, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.